And Israel will call roll.
Vice Chair Rocha,
Present.
Commissioner Chapman,
Yeah.
Commissioner Thomas,
Here.
Commissioner Ocon. And Chair Kwong will not be present for the meeting. For the first item on the agenda, we did not receive any public comments in writing.
Nothing, yeah. We do have somebody on Zoom, Janet Anderson.
Janet Anderson, would you like to leave a public comment?
No, thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the City Council Liaison Communications.
So, But, is your microphone on? You might have to get closer to it.
Test.
Want to run it?
Sure.
Okay.
So we're moving on to city council liaison comments.
Yeah, let me start first.
Yes.
Okay, so I would like to introduce you to our city manager, Armin Chaparian. She is here. She will give you a little introduction about herself.
Good evening, Commissioners. Armina Chaparian, City Manager. And those of you joining us remotely, nice to meet you virtually. Looking forward to meeting you in person very soon. It's a pleasure to be here this evening as part of my effort to get to know the community and the organization. I'm making it a point to visit all of our commissioners and our commissions and really just to say hello, let you know I'm here. I'm available, I'm accessible. I look forward to working with all of you. And some folks have heard, if those who haven't, I actually started my city career and my first position was in community services where I worked with parks. So it's an area that I'm very familiar with. And I think the work you do is phenomenal and amazing. And it really does touch lives. And I do think that parks make life better. And I think your role in the city is significant. I think the amount of work our commissioners do is a lot. We ask you to do quite a bit. So I look forward to getting to know all of you as I'm getting acclimated. You'll see me out and about in the community. And if any of you would like an opportunity to meet me separately, if you'd like to make time with me, Sheila can certainly help do that. And I just wanted to meet all of you and say, I'm happy to be here and I look forward to working with all of you. And if you have any specific questions, I'll be more than happy to entertain them.
I'll just give my welcome. I've actually seen you as a speaker because I work for a city staff. So I've gotten to see you as a speaker on doing grants work.
That was a while ago. I
Yes, it
remember.
was. But you were an impressive speaker then, and you had a lot to talk about and all your successes in that role. And so when I saw your name as city manager, I was delighted because I was like, I know her and her work, and I think it's a lot of talent coming to the city.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Sheila, for letting me come and say hi to everyone. And those who I didn't meet virtually, looking forward to seeing you in person. Good night.
You too. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So still on item 2, City Council Liaison Communications, if our council member had anything.
Hey,
Okay.
thank you. I really have nothing to add since our last meeting, so
Okay.
we had kind of a quiet meeting last week, so we can move on.
Great.
Thank you.
Item number 3, Commissioner Communications. Do we have any items from the commissioners today? No. And then item 4, Staff Liaison Communications.
I just want to let you know that many of you might have seen if you're on parks, we have some missing swings, some broken slide, and like a web climber. And so we are in the process of replacing all of those. They've all been ordered. They're all kind of stuck in this shipping world somewhere, which has really had a damper on us for kids letting them use the equipment. And so just so you know that they are on their way, and as soon as they're here, they will be installed. And we had a portion of our skate park that had been worn so bad, so we had taken it out and we've now replaced that. That again took a long time to get, to about 12 weeks instead of a normal 6 to 8 weeks. So that has been replaced. And so the skate park people are so happy. I was getting a lot of calls. So I just wanted, if you guys have gotten calls or emails, that you are aware that the skate park is repaired and the playground equipment is coming. And as soon as it's here, we will replace.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sheila. Moving on to item 5, approval of the July 12th meeting minutes. Do I have a motion? You're absent. Okay.
Oh, Alberto wrote that he cannot be heard.
Oh. So can
Can
you
check.
unmute him?
I unmuted him.
Click on ask to unmute, and see if it'll work.
I can move to approve the minutes.
I see you trying to unmute him. I can second. But I think for the roll call, we'll still need to be able to hear Alberto. Yeah.
It looks like he's muted himself.
Yeah, you need to unmute him. So see where it's, click on that ask to unmute. Over.
Won't give me that option.
Well, over there, right there. Oh, click on that. Oh, you can't click on that one? No?
It won't go through.
Hmm.
Are you able under the option where it said ask to start video under more? Does that allow you to do that way? The second one down?
There you go. Stop right there. Click on that.
Should put him in the waiting room and then readmit him. Maybe that might work, but it's
Ask him. Alberto, can you try to come in again? And when you come in unmuted.
Okay, he's gonna
Thank
try.
you. We'll wait for you.
Yeah.
We need your vote.
Thanks, everybody, for their patience.
He's joining. Let's see what happens. He's there. Are you there?
Hello? Hello?
Ah, we can hear you.
All right.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. I was like, hello, nobody can hear me. I can hear everybody. Oh, thank you.
You want to call for the vote?
Yeah, we call for the roll for the July 12th minutes.
I'm gonna call that roll.
Vice Chair Rocha,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Ocon,
Yes.
and Commissioner Chapman.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
The July 12th meeting minutes.
Moving on to item number 6, approval of the location for proposed Black Lives Matter mural at Orange Grove Park. I'll turn to Sheila. Give us some background.
So we do have several people in our on our Zoom meeting today that are here. Either there's Noah, either to talk about this, to listen in. But I'm just going to kind of give you a little rundown, and I'll turn it over to anybody from the group who would like to speak. So the Black Lives Matter mural will come to us not for approval of what is on the mural, but the location of the mural. And so I think in your packet, you actually do have a picture as they're looking for Orange Grove Park, where our past plunge was, along the block wall between the tennis courts and the playground. So you guys should have that in your packet. Israel, do you have that available to show? No, okay, that's okay. And so who should I turn it over to? Noah, who would like to speak?
Well, we actually made a presentation where it's
Oh.
like pretty short, but we're all planning to speak if that's okay. It'll be like
Okay.
5 minutes.
Do you need to share your screen or anything?
Yes, that would be awesome.
Is it you who needs to share the screen?
Yeah, I can share it.
Okay, so Noah will share a screen if you can allow him to. Alrighty, I think we're ready. And so I am going to turn it over to them to, and make sure you guys all introduce yourself, okay? It's your turn.
Okay, give me 1 second. But while I'm doing that, hi, my name is Noah. I use he, him pronouns, and I am a senior at South Pasadena High School. Lulu?
Hi, everybody. My name is Lulu. I am also a senior at South Pasadena High School, and I use she, her pronouns. Maya?
Hi, my name is Maya. I'm also a senior at South Pasadena High School, and I use she, her pronouns as well. Alexa?
I'm Alexa Morales. I'm a junior at SPHS, and I use she, her pronouns.
I'm Khalil. I have a little background noise right now. I'm a South Pasadena alumni, and I go to Cal Poly Illinois.
Thank
then-
you. Welcome.
And then Zach, if I think you're there.
Hi, my name is Zach Brown. I'm actually the artist for this project, and I use he, him pronouns. It seems I can't turn on my camera either, not that I need to, but.
It's okay. Yeah, Zach, you cut out a bit, but I think they all heard that you're the artist. So hello, everyone. This is our Black Lives Matter mural presentation to hopefully get approval for the location, as was already mentioned. So looking at the purpose of this mural, we've been working on this mural for a while now, since June 2020. So over a year, kind of in the wake of the murder of George Floyd and the springing up of protests throughout the nation in pursuit of anti-racism. So the purpose of this mural is to serve not just as a celebration of Black people and the fight for anti-racism, but also to educate our community members about why it's important to be anti-racist and kind of a reminder to keep doing that in our daily lives. It will solely be representing Black people, as that is, the focus of this movement and what we're trying to convey. But we really want to be intersectional with diversity within that community, so the LGBTQ plus Black community and other figures, the African diaspora, etc. There'll be connections throughout the history of Black people in the US, so abolition, civil rights, Black Power movement, and BLM movement today, and mainly showing figures in those respective movements, as well as Black artists and musicians to represent pride and expression. We really want this to be like a celebration and positive, so we won't really be depicting victims of police brutality, because we really want to show the resiliency and spirit of Black people. And lastly, we really want to make this a local work of art. So we have a lot of connections to South Pasadena, which, I know this isn't really about the design as much, but we can show you. A big one is the legacy of a sun downtown. So we want to have sun rays to symbolize that. And of course, the location is on the former plunge, which was discriminatory towards Black people. Khalil?
Hey, so this is the original design of the mural. In the background, we have famous Black leaders and activists. For example, Angela Davis on the far left. In the foreground, it's a mix of both famous Black people and also just your average person of the Black diaspora. We have musicians, artists, and people from all different genres. And we even have some local heroes in here, including Theron James and also London Lang. And if you want to scroll around to the new mural, we'll show you the changes we made.
Yes, so this is the updated design for the mural. And as you can see, the figures in the background have been moved down slightly. The dimensions of this wall and the mural on this wall would be 66 feet long by 7.5 feet tall. And it's important to know that each of the figures in the foreground are life size, which ties in to our interactive piece, which is in the far right corner. And it's basically meant to bring the community into the artwork and just really attract people into being a part of the mural.
So we have received a lot of community involvement and input into this design. So after Zach had finalized the design, We shared it with the rest of our anti-bias club members and received a lot of really positive feedback and input from them, as you can see on the screen. And we also circulated this project a lot on social media, and we gained a lot of support from the community. Someone even offered to pay the paints needed for this mural. And we've also gained a lot of organizational support from the Anti-Racism Committee, Care First, and Spark.
And really fast, I just want to go back. The reason why we switched our design was because originally we were planning to paint this on the west side of City Hall. And we were really, we had gotten conditional approval from the city council and we're really moving forward with that.
Good to see everyone.
But, there were liability concerns with that. So we had to end up changing locations, which is why we found Orange Grove Park and why the design had to be updated to fit those new dimensions. So just to let you know. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I'll stop sharing, but please let us know if you have any questions, and we have more materials too if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Noah. Very good presentation. Turn over to you, Victoria, if you have any questions, the group.
Do we have any commissioners who have questions about the mural development? I mean, mostly our focus is on the location, but there may be other questions from commissioners. Yes, Commissioner Tamas.
First, I'd like to commend the students who have developed this, and it sounds like really shepherded a very inclusive process through the community and through the school and the club to get where they are. I think that's really exciting, and it shows a lot of leadership, and it's just really amazing to see. And I just was curious if you could speak a little bit more. I know the designer is on here, but if you could talk a little bit about how, you or the designer, came up with the kind of inspiration and what that kind of design process was like. I'm just curious to hear.
Really fast, I'll just say we made a website explaining most of that, so I'll put that in the chat. But yeah, I think really, we were the kind of the ones who, we kind of had an artist search process, and the reason we chose Zach was because of that interactive piece. So that was kind of central to the design and why we want the figures life size. But yeah, I guess, Zach, if you want to speak a little more to the nuances of that, but I'll put the website link in the chat.
Thank you.
Are you there, Zach? Did we lose?
Sure.
Oh, there he is. Zach, your reception is very poor.
When I first, can y'all hear me?
One more time. Go ahead. I think we can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect.
Oh, okay, great. So when I first submitted for the project, the students were all very clear with both the objectives and goals and some of the things they wanted to portray in the mural. They were very explicit about wanting to portray historical figures, figures maybe that are not predominantly featured in public works of art, to stem curiosity and education for the community. The idea being that, somebody might look at the mural and not recognize any of the faces, and then essentially take the initiative to learn more about the history of our country and Black figures that have been so important to the movement. But I really set out with this design to not just make something that was pretty to look at. They were also very explicit about making something that was for the community. And I think that public art, I was trying to go for something that wasn't just a nice picture to look at, but something that actually engaged the people that looked at it and gave them an opportunity to actually have some type of tangible interface with it. So I came up with this idea of having these figures painted life size and create an empty space at the end where people could go and stand and take their picture and feel like they are a part of history, and hopefully remind them that they are actually a part of history and that there is a place for them in this movement regardless of who they are. And I just want to say too, we originally had this plan for the site of City Hall, but I think that this particular location of the playground is perfect. I know that this is a place where families take their children, where a lot of kids stay and play. And I think that kind of community engagement that we're trying to strive for with this mural in particular, I think fits perfectly with the environment.
And I just want to echo that sentiment that I think a park location makes a lot more sense. Not that we don't think residents come to City Hall. But at the end of the day, if this is about educating, especially educating youth, you're going to find a greater amount of engagement happening at a park than necessarily at City Hall. So I think you're reaching a wider audience. To that end, are you all looking at maybe including the website URL in somewhere on the mural so that way people can take that extra step of learning more? Great. Awesome. Great job.
We
Way
were
to think
actually-
that whole process through.
Oh, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I was
You're
just gonna
fine. Go
say,
ahead.
We were actually thinking of making a QR code and including that somewhere on the mural so people would be able
Fantastic.
to scan that and get a link.
Good job. That's great. Any other comments from commissioners, or if there's anybody also who's watching or attending the meeting have comments as well?
Yeah, I have a comment. And
Commissioner O'Con.
First of all, that's going to bring a lot more traffic to the park, which is great to see, artwork and the good cause that's going out there. My issue is going to be with it. Do we have any idea of some preventative safety or cameras to check? Because the bathrooms, the hallways, the dugouts, all of the Orange Grove Park is constantly being graffitied. And nobody, we don't patrol it at night. And that's when all these things are happening. I mean, even during the day when people use the bathrooms, I've walked in there to go in and turn on the lights, and everything's fantastic. It's all neat and perfect. And I've walked in there 2 hours later to turn off the lights, and the entire bathroom's been graffitied on all 8 walls in the men's and women's bathrooms. In reality, the mural, the artwork, the cause, what it is fantastic. We still live in a society where people have their opinions, and instead of respecting the artwork, instead of respecting things, it's going to get vandalized. I'm certain it's going to get vandalized just because of where society is. It sucks. It's terrible to say, but what are we going to be able to do, or what does the artist have planned ahead of time to prevent this?
Albert, let me chime in. I'm hoping that once the mural is totally completed, that we could put a clear anti-graffiti coat over it. But also we do have another mural that's down there, our sports mural, and it's been there for 6-7 years, and never once has it been graffitied. Maybe around it, but not the actual mural. There must be a respect there. I don't know, but we've been lucky enough for that one. So I believe it'll be the same, but the city is also looking into more security cameras in the area at most of our facilities. So it's something we're already looking into. I can't say it would be there tomorrow, but we have been getting quotes and bids on camera systems. But I think the graffiti coat is our best bet to use. So I don't know, Noah or Zach, if you had any other comments.
Yeah, we've already taken that into account. That's actually built into the budget of producing the mural is getting professionals to come out and apply an anti-graffiti coat mural, as well as some money in the budget to be set aside for restoration, or if we need to hire a company, which we've already reached out to, that can come out and remove graffiti if it is graffitied. I would also say that I think that these students have gone into this project knowing exactly the community that they're going into and knowing the risks involved in creating a Black Lives Matter mural in today's world and society. And I would argue that the certainty that a mural of this type would be graffitied is exactly the reason why we should create this mural. And that we should never allow the prospect or possibility of people that oppose progress to allow us to stop our actions and our activism and our progress.
No, that's great. I hear you out. But reality comes in where, I mean, we deal with it constantly at the Arroyo and at Orange Grove, that there's still people out there that, vandalize for no reason, even without a mural. So I was just making that would be great to have the anti-graffiti. That's easier to clean up and we'll leave the piece how it should be, exhibited for people to enjoy or not enjoy, or just, the piece to be there. So that's fine. That's a good deal. If we could have, and the city's looking into cameras and looking into make sure that we can be a little bit more vigilant out there. That would be great. Better even for the parks attendants and everybody that's there. You don't have to be walking through and watching all these things in the park instead of enjoying it and appreciating it. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Any other comments from?
I have
Yes.
a comment. I absolutely like the design very much. I like the location. And the interactive aspect of it, I think, is very creative, and I think will work very well. And certainly the non-graffiti paint, I think, is almost mandatory on something like this, because it is, like Albert said, it's going to happen, and it'd be just a shame to have such a great piece, destroyed in some parts. I'm just curious, how's the funding going? Or is the funding complete on this, or what else do you guys need?
So yeah, actually, because this is a school project, the school sort of has strict rules on fundraising. So we're not allowed to fundraise until we get it approved, which, kind of presents a bit of an issue, but, that's why we're really been pushing for it to be approved. So yeah, but we have, as we said, organizations that have pledged support. So we're pretty confident that we can raise the money. It just can't come until we get that official approval.
What is your budget for this?
Our budget is $15,000, although for the design aspect of it, we do have $5,000 covered. So basically we need to raise $10,000 more.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Janet Anderson. I was the advisor to the Anti-Bias Club. And Noah, would you please share, in case there are any listeners, where people can reach you to contribute to the fund? I'm sure there will be a lot of people very anxious to do that after hearing this tonight.
Of course. Thank you, Ms. Anderson. I'll put it in the chat, our email, antibiasclub@gmail.com. And we're also on Instagram. I'll put that in too.
Well, I think what you're hearing from the commission today is a lot of people and commissioners who see how much has gone into this project and how well thought out it is. So we're very grateful that you're here today. And I wanted to see if there's a motion from my commissioners for the recommendation that the commission review and approve the location for the proposed Black Lives Matter mural at Orange Grove Park. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I will.
Israel, if you could do roll call?
Yes. Vice Chair Rocha,
Yes.
Commissioner Tamis,
Yes.
Commissioner Ocon,
Yes. Yes. All right.
Commissioner
I'm in
Chapman,
trouble with
Yes.
okay, Motion carries 4-0 to approve the location of the mural.
Wonderful. Congratulations again, and thank you for being a part of this and continuing, especially as youth and leaders, to educate the community and bring forth something both beautiful, but also just again, educational and helping the community move forward from the past. So thank you so much, and I'm glad that you're here.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your support.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, moving on to item 7, receive and file the 2021 summer events update.
So I will be giving this. So, we had our summer events. They were minimal, due to COVID. So I just want to let you know that we did do our two concerts in the park, 2 movies. We had our first movie, we had about 150 people. Our second movie, we had about 130. Our concerts ranged, our first one was 360 and our second one was about 325 people. So I think for a last minute, let's get it together, no fundraising, COVID, I think people came out and really had a good time. The Sally Hansen or Susie Hansen, we didn't have a stage. The sidewalks were full of dancers. It was kind of fun. So it was really a good summer. We also had our National Night Out event, it went very well too. So we didn't have a ton of sponsorship. The only sponsor that came in was Aslan Athletics, who put the stage up. We just pay for the staffing and not the rental of the stage, which helps us tremendously. So we will be moving forward on next year in January. Again, we'll be picking our committee for our concerts. We're probably going to do like a summer, concert movie kind of committee to look at movies, look at, our bands and get summer started so that we can really kick off fundraising and start offering a few things and maybe even change some things up. We've got it. I know we're very traditional. We're doing the same thing. So let's see, do we move a concert? Do we move a movie? What do we do? So let's change it up a little bit. So if you're out and about and you're in another city and you attend an event, always bring it my way. We in Parks and Rec, we beg, borrow, steal from each other and it's A-okay. So just let me know. But I just wanted to give you an update from our summer. For being COVID, I think we did very well.
Sheila, I just want to say great job because I know you also have very minimal staff in a world of changing public health orders. And like when I first saw those numbers, I kind of couldn't believe the turnout, which means people were hungry to be doing something. So thank you for doing so much.
No problem. I'll let
Last
staff know
minute
too.
with
They did
limited
really
staff.
good on getting things planned and, it was we were all there. We just kind of said, show up and if we have to break up a shift, we'll break up a shift. But we just tried to, alleviate that, Friday night, Sunday, being at work type. So we did good. So I appreciate that. I'll let staff know too.
Awesome. And then Commissioner Tamas for picking some awesome movies.
I'll pass it on to my kids.
Awesome. Do we need to do also a motion for receive and file?
Oh, I think Albert has a
Oh,
comment.
yes, Commissioner O'Con.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to reiterate on that. Thank you, Sheila, that the movies, I was not able to attend the movies. I went to one of the concerts. It was fantastic, but the feedback for the movies was great. A lot of the parents that I deal with and talk to around the city were really happy to be out there. Not a lot of them went, but what it was, they were really appreciative that it was back. Another idea, just quick to put out was I had a lot of folks ask me about local bands and if we were able to open that up to them. I said I would bring it up to the commission and find out what the rules are requested by the city so that we could make it a little bit more opportunity for our local band, our local musicians to be able to have, their moment in time in their local city. So that we can deal with that at a later date. I just wanted to bring that up to you.
Right. And I think we need to do a better job as promoting it. We we in the Parks and Rec field, we have what is called a concert chair. So any of the bands who do these kind of concerts for cities come to one location, and it's kind of like an expo. So you pick up CDs and flyers and things like that. And then afterwards, we all talk about who had a good band, sound systems, and all that. And maybe instead of just looking outside, that maybe we send out, something in the paper, say, hey, are you a local band looking to, for a summer concert series? Participants, maybe they can come, but they can always email. I get tons of email about concert bands saying, hey, we play concerts, we do this, we do that. And we just keep a database, and then we just throw it out there to see, who might be available. So our best thing is to get it out as early as possible, because these people book up. I mean, some people are already booked for next summer. So, but yeah, just have them send emails my way of their band. If they have a YouTube state channel, that's our best way to send it out to the committee to kind of check out, their music.
Maybe something to consider as well. This is a paid movies in the park. I don't remember the name of the business, but it's one that it's not through a city, right? It's a paid one, but they have smaller, more local bands open for the movie. So you could have like your concerts in the park be your big bands that are well known that like get the attendance out. But if maybe there's a way of having the local bands be opener to the movie, so it's a shorter set. It's a way for them just to get their name out there and say like we live in South Pasadena, as a thought as well.
Great idea.
So do we have to do a motion for receive and file? We do still, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to.
Do I have a motion to receive and file the 2021 summer events update?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a
I'll
second?
second.
Okay.
Roberto.
Israel, if you'll do a roll call.
Vice Chair Rocha,
Yes.
Commissioner Tamis,
Yes.
Commissioner Ocon,
Yes.
Commissioner Chapman.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0 to receive and file the 2021 summer events update.
Thank you. Our next meeting is October 11th.
I have a question
And-
about that. That's Columbus Day. City
okay.
Hall is closed. I can do a Zoom meeting for all of us unless if we're good to move to just come back in November. Is that okay? Just come back in November. If there's anything, I'll email you any updates or anything that is pressing. If we have to have a meeting, then I'll try and find a night that we have so many nights of commission meetings that it's hard to find a night nobody else meets. But if it's okay, would to skip the 11th and then come back in November, I'll send you all the October Halloween stuff, and just keep you apprised of things. That sound okay?
Yes.
just
Do we have to
looked
do
at my
anything formal
calendar
for
and I
that
was
or
like-
just say yes? Okay. Anyone have any opposition to canceling the October meeting?
No.
Nope. Okay.
No, that's fine. Thank you. Just
So our next meeting will be then November 8th at 6:30. We are adjourning at 7:07.
Right.
Thanks,
you.
everybody.
Bye. Thank
thank
you.
you, everyone. Have a
night.
great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.